Well, we have some big news today, people. So yes, if you've not noticed it, we have got an incredible video for you today. Honestly, incredible. So before we get into it though, it's not the first time that a surprise signing has come into QPR. If you don't remember, last season, QPR versus Preston, just after the game, it was announced that Burrell was signed for 1 mil from Burton and Albion. Now, today, if you've not seen it, I've put a short out already this afternoon. Go check it out. But QPR, or I should say, rephrase it, Christian NOURRY has pulled out a rabbit out the hat again. Incredible, absolutely incredible. And if you're not aware, QPR have officially signed free agent TARIQ LAMPTEY, the right back. Now, we've been trying to get a right back in all summer. You know, I might be a bit dramatic about it, but listen, we've had our targets. Josh Key was one of them. We wanted Terry Devlin. You know, there's been other targets as well at right back, such as this French guy and some others. But to come out of nowhere with a free transfer for TARIQ LAMPTEY, what a blinding of a signing. I'm thrilled. Honestly, I keep saying this and I will repeat it this time. Christian NOURRY, what a diamond guy you are. Honestly, what a diamond. Honestly, I'm happy. Honestly, whatever you guys are thinking right now, honestly, we are thrilled for this signing. Honestly, I am. Hopefully you lot are. But he's done it again. Christian NOURRY has done it again. TARIQ LAMPTEY obviously has, I don't know what the length of the contract is, but he has signed in from a free agent, obviously leaving Fiorentina in Italy. Now, we all know TARIQ LAMPTEY. Everyone must know who he is. TARIQ LAMPTEY is a 25-year-old fullback or wingback, if you want to call him that. He played, obviously, Chelsea Youth Academy back in the day, and then obviously was bought by Brighton. Had a terrific career at Brighton for God knows how many seasons, and eventually obviously moved to Fiorentina. And unfortunately, you know, it wasn't a great experience in Fiorentina for him because he did suffer with an ACL injury, and he is currently healing from that right now. You know, he has informed us, or we have been informed, that he will not be available until September. He is currently in training, like Karamoko Dembele is with his ACL. He will be back fit soon, hopefully. It's not a big warning, but what a blinding of a signing this is. You know, and I get we might miss him for a month, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with this signing. Honestly, you know, we've needed a left back. I feel like the left back scenario is done. We may want to strengthen it if Ziad Lakesh does get injured. The right back scenario, obviously, we have Amadou Mbenge. We still have Santos, but we've wanted someone that is a clinical wing back or fullback, you want to call it that way, but it needs to play like Julian Stefan's way, and we feel like we've got that now. TARIQ LAMPTEY is that guy. You know, he might not look the best in physique wise, like I said before, but he has proven to us in the Premier League for Brighton that he can handle the physicality of a game. You know, one of the best leagues in the world in the Premier League he's played in, and he's done a phenomenal job for Brighton. He has completely. For him to come to the Championship, it's going to be a new experience for him, but it's going to be brilliant for us because we know he's going to be able to handle it. You know, a little bit about TARIQ LAMPTEY. You know, like I said, fullback, plays on the right, can play as a complete wing back as well. Does like to run up and down that field, defends brilliantly, slides in, can win the ball, interceptions, absolutely amazing. And unlike Amadou Mbenge, no hate on him, love him to bits, but crossing ability, absolutely phenomenal on TARIQ. You know, his passing as well is incredible. And the reason why I say Julian Stefan type of player is because Julian likes not just a complete wing back, but a fullback. And what a fullback is someone that can play in both ways, which is down the wing and down the middle. You know, someone that can play as an inside wing back and a complete wing back, if that makes sense. You know, we got Kemper that can do that, and now we have TARIQ LAMPTEY. What a signing this is, honestly, on a free transfer as well. Now, the surprising thing about it is, for me, is that where obviously he's been, the wage budget for him must be big, because, you know, he's played in the Premier League, he's played with big clubs, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised, you know, he was earning at least 30 to 40 grand a week, at least. But the thing is, what I'm looking at right now is that obviously we've released and obviously made a lot of outgoings, and a lot of obviously wage budget has been freed for us. Now, Steve Cook was probably one of the sales that made, or not sales, but one of the releases that was big on us for wage. And hopefully it's about the same rough wage, maybe less, hopefully, because he has been obviously out of action for a while. But yeah, for a 25, 26-year-old to come into QPR in the Championship the way it is right now, absolutely phenomenal. I'm buzzing. I'm glad we've signed this. You know, he's had a great career, and he's still young, in my opinion. He's still got time to grow. You know, unfortunately, he's had his English youth caps, but he has chosen Ghana as a national team, so we won't see him for England, but we will see him for Ghana. So that's great news for Ghana. You know, hopefully, you know, for both QPR and Ghana, we're going to have an incredible things to say about him and see him in the best possible way. You know, the last time I could say that I was happy about a signing like this was probably when Kyle Walker came on loan to QPR. You know, he was phenomenal when we brought him in, but unfortunately it only lasted till January because Aston Villa snapped him up on loan. It was absolutely phenomenal, and if TARIQ LAMPTEY can copy the same way as what he done with Kyle Walker at QPR, it's going to be incredible. Honestly, we're going to have so much fun watching him. It's going to be interesting, but unfortunately, like I said, we won't be able to see him until early or late September. So, listen, look, put your comments below what you think, but personally for me, this is a great day for us. You know, Christian NOURRY yet again has done it again. You know, I keep saying and repeating myself, but, you know, to come out and without the blue, just out of the blue signing, and just do that, and it's on a free transfer, which even makes it even more tastier. Honestly, I'm happy with the signing. You guys, I'm guessing, you know, you should be thrilled. You know, I've given you a little in-depth on what we're gonna expect, you know, of TARIQ LAMPTEY. You know, I'm still understanding how Julian Stefan likes his players and where he performs and plays, but still working on it. So hopefully we get something soon in understanding. We'll end up putting a video out about it, but it's official, people. TARIQ LAMPTEY arrives at Loftus Road and will be official right back for QPR. You know, it's going to be great competition for Amadou, but from there, great signing. So yeah, but like I said, put your comments below what you think, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace, love, positivity, everyone. See you in a bit. Peace out.